Today we're looking at one of the best sports sedans you can buy, and it's not even German. This one is from Sweden, by way of South Carolina. And it's coming up right now on Driving Sports TV. Over the past few years, Volvo has done a great job of refreshing their lineup. From the XC90 large crossover to the XC40 compact crossover, all the way over to the S90 luxury sedan. Every one of them has been simply stunning. Finally, it's time for the S60 compact sedan to get the same treatment. And for its third generation, the S60 is now a proper sports sedan, ready to take on Mercedes, BMW, and Audi without hesitation. This S60 is also the first Volvo to be built in the United States at their new plant in South Carolina. That makes the S60 more American than the Ford Focus. The model we're driving today is the S60 R-Design. This is an upper mid-range trim with sport-tuned suspension and other extra sporty bits. The R-Design starts at just under $42,000. Our car has several options, including 19-inch wheels, bumping the price all the way up past $52,000. I'd also like to point out that you can get the S60 R-Design through Volvo's new app subscription service. That includes car, insurance, and maintenance for $850 a month. That may sound expensive, but it's still close to half the price of Enterprise Rent-A-Car's monthly service. Though with Enterprise, you do get a new car every week. Now let's take a closer look at this S60 R-Design. Under the hood is Volvo's fantastic T6 engine. This 2-liter 4-cylinder unit is both turbocharged and supercharged with direct injection for a total output of 316 horses and 295 torques. It's connected to an 8-speed automatic, and it powers all 4 wheels through a Haldex instant traction system. EPA rates this setup at 21 city and 32 on the highway. In the back, you'll find 11.6 cubic feet of storage, which is about average for the class. Under the floor is a spare. If you need more room, don't forget about the V60 wagon. That is still a thing, and it is great. The second row is nicely equipped with room for a full-size adult. Passengers get a fold-down cup holder, and this one even has the optional second-row heated seats and aircon system. Up front, the driver gets premium Swedish appointments. A memory-adjustable contoured seat and panoramic sunroof set the stage. Flick the power, located just behind the transmission selector, and the digital gauge cluster comes to life. This can be customized with several optional designs. It also integrates maps, active safety, and other bits of critical information. The star of the show is the large multi-touch Sensus Connect system front and center. This huge vertical screen provides access to surround camera views and configuration of the car's safety systems, in addition to providing access to music, navigation, and device integration with full support for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The whole interior is actually pretty spectacular. It's clean and approachable, but with materials that really surpass almost every other vehicle in the class. This is one nice place to be. If you have a 1-hour commute, yeah, you won't mind spending time here. But the S60 R-Design wasn't designed to just sit around and look pretty, although it does that just fine. Time to take it out and see how it all comes together on the road. So this is the 2019 Volvo S60. The one we're driving is the R-Design. This one has some special visual accoutrements, and it also comes with the T6 engine, which is the turbo and supercharged 4-cylinder that puts out 316 horsepower. And it powers all 4 wheels thanks to the latest Haldex all-wheel drive system. Now, Haldex did get a bad rap in its early days because it simply was very slow to respond to all-wheel drive demands. However, the latest system is quick, responsive, and it sure darn feels actually kind of sporty. Let's see how it does with a 0 to 60. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna put the car into dynamic mode, even though, yeah, wide open throttle, it doesn't really matter. But we'll do that anyway. I'm gonna keep the transmission in just standard drive. I'm gonna preload with the brakes in 3, 2, 1, and go. Whoa, that's pretty good. 30, 40, 50, and 60. Whoa, That's quick, man. That's real quick. Wow. At 6 seconds, that's a pretty solid result. And remember, this T6 is just a mid-range engine option. The top-end T8 dual-engine hybrid is loaded with 400 horsepower and is available across all the different trims. So if you want more power and more speed, you have yet one more option. Of course, this being a Volvo, safety is still a key feature. This R-Design has collision mitigation, blind spot identification, and rear cross-traffic alerts as standard equipment in the R-Design package. It also includes the optional Pilot Assist system, which provides semi-autonomous features. It's kind of a pseudo autopilot. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Click here, steering wheel goes green, and now the car will drive for me. One thing nice about the Volvos is they do a really good job of centering the lane tracking. You know, not much of this ping pong action you'll get with cheaper vehicles. And that's pretty nice, but they do limit to how long you can do this. About 15 odd seconds before they remind you, put your hand on the wheel. None of that. Switching into dynamic mode really tightens up the steering, giving it much more aggressive handling. But even then, it still doesn't really improve the road feel through the steering wheel. It is on the numb side, and that's a bit of a disappointment. However, the suspension is sprung very nicely, and the handling overall is excellent. The $60,000 question is, would I buy this? Would I buy an Audi A4, or would I get a BMW 3 Series? Man, that's a tough question. Man, that's tough. I might actually get this one, and I'll tell you why. The interior is unique. The exterior is unique. There's something more unique about a Volvo, even here in the Pacific Northwest. BMW 3 Series are everywhere, but you don't see a lot of Volvos outside of the XC60. I think that's kind of cool. Also, the driving dynamics, the all-wheel drive system, this turbo supercharged engine, it's really, really great. Yeah, I mean, I really like this. That sunroof is neat. This leather, oh man, the steering wheel feels fantastic. The controls take a little while to get used to. They're very different from what you'll find in any other car. But like this touchscreen, it's actually much more responsive than the early versions of it. Early versions, like when it first hit the XC60, you had to wait like days for that rear camera to engage. This one, it's practically instantaneous. So they've been making little improvements along the way as new models are introduced. And I really love this car. I really do. Overall, this S60 R-Design is a solid entry in the sports sedan segment. Even for a front-wheel drive platform, when equipped with the optional all-wheel drive, the S60 R-Design provides a very enjoyable driving experience that rivals segment leaders from Germany. The only caveat here is that the base S60 Momentum lacks key features, like blind spot warnings, making them extra cost options. And even on this nicely equipped R-Design, adding on extras like 19-inch wheels and second-row aircon quickly raises the price to the stratosphere. Now, the really funny thing about this vehicle, and it says a lot for the way Volvo is pricing this thing, is that if you go with the base version, like no options, on this S60 T6 R-Design, you can only get it in one color, and that's black. You want any other color, and by other color I mean this red, or you can get it silver or white. You're looking at almost $700 additional. And they're all metallics and they all look really nice, but I find it really amusing that the one color they don't charge extra for is just black. And not even a metallic black, it's just black. With companies like Toyota and Subaru making semi-autonomous features standard across the board, I don't think it's really asking too much for a safety-focused brand like Volvo to do the same. Let's talk about Volvo's subscription plan. Would you ever subscribe to a car? If so, what's the price that would get you to jump into a subscription? Is $850 for an R-Design too much? Post a comment below. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. We'll see you next time.
Driving Sports TV, I am not Ryan Douthit.
Nicely done.
And this is my Nerf gun.